Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rafford Studios here, and so what we're here today is kind of the video games plush I've eventually owned. So, if you haven't seen a previous Angry Birds collection, whatever that thing is, I'll just move it on. By the way, so today it's different. Is what was expected. Is we got tons of video game characters around there. So we're gonna start with heroes first. So let's get on with the start. Anyway, we got Pac-Man. He first debuted in the 1980s arcade game. And it's you can see right there. You can eat it off that. So I'm still working on that out. I haven't posted in ages and ages and ages, but that's it for now on. So that's Pac-Man. Now we're gonna start with Mario, and he's an Italian-American plumber in New York City before he comes into the Mushroom Kingdom. So he wears his hat. He's got a mustache. And he has some gloves, shoes, and clothes and stuff. Still, Mario's gonna be played by Chris Pratt in this next upcoming film, aka the Super Mario Brothers movie. That's what we know. Now, second, we got the power-up version of Mario. You can play it once you have a power-up. See? You could see it right there. Looks like he's gonna work in the kitchen or something. But, he's got his own power-ups, but still, yeah. And then we got the other Mario, a big one. Clear I got the big one back in whatever it is. I'm not gonna tell you guys because it's a secret identity. So yeah, it's a big one and a different version of it. So yeah, you can see it right there. Move one back, and you could see it right there. Oh, and looks very different. Anyway, that's enough of that. Now we've got Luigi, a clumsy younger brother to Mario. And he has the same clothes as this one, but his color is actually green. But yeah, still working on it for so far. So, yeah. He's gonna be played by Charlie Day in the next Mario film. So yeah. Next time we have Toad. And those guys are the members and the staff group of the Mushroom Kingdom. And he is the member of the group, and he plays himself as Captain Toad in Wii U before the events of Super Mario 3D World. So yeah. He's going to be played by Keegan-Michael Key, the comedian actor and a partner of Peel. Next up, we have Princess Toadstool. She's the queen and the princess of the Mushroom Kingdom. And in the video games, she was captured by Bowser, which causes Mario to rescue her and defeat him. She wears a crown on it, and yeah, really matters, doesn't it? She's gonna be played by, I don't know what the actor's name, but I'll figure it out later. Next up, we got Yoshi. This one right here. a green dinosaur. He appeared on Super Mario World, and of course he was the main character in a spin-off series. And and yeah, that's we know. Alright, so it's kind of different. Once the power up goes up, you have to jump on it while playing. Anyway, that's for that. And last we got the red Yoshi, but it's unknown. It's I haven't found out what the red one is at, but I need to find a different characters from that. Anyway, let's get on to the stuff of Sonic the Hedgehogs. So, well, I'm gonna first start with Sonic, the main Hedgehog character. So let's get on with the classic incarnation. Created by Sega and Sonic Team. I got the classic incarnation of it, so yeah, so here it goes. You can see us right there. If you could look on to his spiky hairs, shoes, gloves, materials. You can see his nose very still. Let's get on with the modern one. And, yeah, it's kind of been weird. I found it on the other day once we were. Never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it, but it's killing me. But anyway, that's enough of that. Now we're moving on to the Boom version of this counterpart from Sonic Boom. He wears some necklace, sports cover, wrists and legs and shoes and stuff. And yeah. Still, same design, same differences. And now finally the movie incarnation of it. This character was played by Ben Schwartz in a Paramount Pictures film and has 2 eyeballs and only blue arms. So, arms and stuff. Still, it's the same design as before, but it's a bit different, similar to that incarnation. So that's enough of that. Now we're moving on to Tails. We'll start off right here. He's the anthropomorphic yellow fox who can fly around, hover about, and yeah. I found it on the other day once we got there, and fan of it, so very pleased about that. As you can see, we got 2 tails and a hair, the shoes and gloves, different things. And now for the Paramount incarnation, with 2 eyes, with blue ones. The same design as before, but it's a bit different. Like the mainstream, this character was played by Kalina O'Shaughnessy, and she is the only actress to appear on the Paramount film and stuff, who voiced the live stream video game character and Charmy B since 2010. And now we're moving on to Knuckles the Echidna. And he's a red echidna from Angel Island. And he was tricked by the villain Dr. Robotnik. And yeah. These guys, unlike the video game characters, this one has clenched fists, gloves. I call it a punching glove, or whatever. Now for the Paramount version of it, played by Idris Elba, who plays John Luther in the BBC crime series called Luther. Same character as before, but it's a bit different. So, It's the same character as before, still a bit different. Now we're moving on to Shadow the Hedgehog, the violent hedgehog who was created by Professor Joe Robotnik. His hair is up while the middle one is down. So, he has a red scar on his skin and has some yellow red shoes permanently. Still, yeah. Shadow will appear on the Paramount film as well, if convicted. Now we've got Silver the Hedgehog from 200 years in the future. And he's a white boy. And I really wanted to get that, by the way, to start on some films and television. So he has that and some sleekly blue shoes. And yeah. And finally, we got Amy Rose, a pink hedgehog in it. And of course, I've got a Sonic Boom incarnation of it, similar to that one over there. She has style hair as before as Tails, but she wears a red head bandage on her head. So, yeah, that's enough of that. Now we're moving on to Pokemon. First up, we got Pikachu. And, he's quite different to the Pokemon battlefield. Once you select a character, that's all it works. And next up, we have Detective Pikachu, played by the Deadpool actor Ryan Reynolds. Same character as before, but he can speak properly. He is the partner of Harry Goodman, a father of his son, Tim. He wears a hat similar to those guys, and this character in the film was distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, who distributes Harry Potter. And finally, moving on to this stuff called Angry Birds. So I'm going to start with Red. I got those here. I got it from online, so he's an aggressive red bird who can, cause a lot of temper, but is the leader of the flock of the entire Angry Birds video game. So that's not that. And then we get the other one. And it's quite similar to the fact. And yeah, I found it on the Angry Birds Wreck the Halls, so that's enough of that. And then we got the prototype version of it. And I just thought to myself, yeah, you know what? Buy that one. Now we have the Big Red from the arcades. I've won that back in time when I was, yeah. And then a female one, we call it Ruby, a female bird. And it's a female version of Red in the Angry Birds universe, and in Angry Birds seasons, and yeah. We got the finger of Red. You could see it right there. You could point. You could put on it to your finger, and then make it look like a puppet. So yeah. And now for the Angry Birds movie version of this character. He was played by Jason Sudeikis, who appeared on some episodes of The Cleveland Show, a spin-off of Family Guy. he is an anthropomorphic flightless bird. And like the video game series, he is an aggressive red bird, but is the hero and the leader of the entire pack. And so yeah, and still pretty same as before. He's got his brown eyes and stuff. And we got the smaller one. You can see it right there. Yeah. And now we're moving on to Chuck, a yellow bird who can run fast at the supersonic speed, just like Sonic the Hedgehog. He's a triangular yellow bird and goes fast to stop the time whether he loses patience or not. So, kind of worked it out, really, doesn't it? We get the big one, and so yeah. And then we got the finger one, where you can put the hole in it. So, yeah. That's enough for that. And now for the movie one, played by Josh Gad from Frozen and stuff. Yeah. He looks like a banana bird. I don't know what's the point of that. And now we got Bomb, an explosion black bird. He can blow up with the fuse on his head after the fear or the aggression. So, yeah. And now for the movie version of it. Played by Danny McBride, who appeared on loads of Seth Rogen films, and the director of Halloween. He has his tail on his butt. So, yeah. And we got the smaller one. So, yeah. Now we're moving on to the Bluebirds, consisting of Jim, Jake, and Jay. So, you could put the finger in it on a hole. You could see it right there. You could put it on the hole. So, yeah, I found those the other day. So, yeah, let's put it over there. Now we got Matilda, the white bird, and a woman, played by Maya Rudolph. You could put a finger on there, and you could see it right there. Got no fingers on it. We got Hal, a green bird, and he's a boomerang green bird who can switch to reverse when playing. And finally, we got Stella, a pink bird. Let's start off with the movie incarnation. Long legs, yeah. And the smaller one. Yeah. So let's get into the villain stuff to see what we can find out for another truth. Alright, so here we got some villains here, down there, I wanted to show you. So, yeah. Next up we got Goomba. He doesn't have arms. The only main thing is that once you play, you have to jump on it and stomp on it. Now we got Koopa Troopa. A turtle red shell. And a green shell. But, yeah. We got the Bullet Bill. It can go around without falling longer without gravity. Well, yeah, you could see that. And, now a cheap fish under the water. Now for the Sonic villain, Dr. Robotnik, a mad scientist who attempts to conquer the world. In a live-action film, he was played by Jim Carrey, who also returned in the sequel to the first film. And finally, we got Bad Piggies from the Angry Birds video game franchise. Started with the fat one. So, see, those pigs are the only enemies that stole the eggs. You can see it right there. Then the other pig, with its tail in it. This one always appeared on Bad Piggies, the 2012 game. And, so yeah. And now for another one. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And, it has no tail in it. And now for the finger one. You could put that there onto it. And, yeah. And now for the movie version of it. In the Angry Birds movie 2, the pigs become trusted allies with the birds. This one has tail in it. I'll give it a scrub. In Piggy Tales, in the third season, to the end of the fourth season, this one has the anthropomorphic ones similar to the Angry Birds ones. And now the smaller version of it. And now, Monkey from Rio and the game Angry Birds Rio. Yeah. Anyway, let's check on what we got next, because I got stuff that I want to show you. Alright, so here we got those guys from Angry Birds Star Wars. And, I'm gonna move on to the pilot. Well, let's move those out of the way. Show the guys in a line up front. Come on, if you could, okay, we got those set. And, the other characters and stuff. Without further ado, let's get on with Luke Skywalker. And, there, he has its tail. He has a belt and hair. He has a lightsaber on it. So, in the original film, this character was played by Mark Hamill. In the Family Guy version of it, though, Chris Griffin, voiced by Seth Green, plays that character in it. So, yeah. And then we got the smaller one of it, character what we know, and the X-Wing pilot version of it. So, he wears a X-Wing head, helmet, or something. And, yeah. And then let's check on Darth Vader, aka Anakin Skywalker. He's a bird inside of the mask. In the Family Guy version of it, Stewie Griffin, voiced by the creator Seth MacFarlane, plays that. Now we got Han Solo, played by the Indiana Jones actor Harrison Ford, who played Max Strummer in the 2014 film called The Expendables 3. He has a hair, he has a gun blaster on his hand, and clothes in it inside. In the Family Guy version of it, though, this character, Peter Griffin, played by McFarlane, also played that. Now we got Obi-Wan Kenobi. Uh, he has a clove inside the head. In the prequel once, his hair inside was outside. In the Family Guy version